There's some more parts of the ship that you should know. Now, ships are navigated from the bridge or the wheelhouse, which is like the nerve center of the ship. The engine room is where the ship's engines, generators, and other machinery are located, and has an engine control room from which the engines and other machinery can be monitored. The generators generate electricity that is used for lighting, for air conditioning, electronic systems, driving cranes and driving pumps, and a number of other uses. Connected to the engine by a propeller shaft, the propeller revolves to drive the ship and is usually made of a metal compound and has blades. When the engine turns a steel propeller shaft, the propeller turns and drives the ship ahead or forward. Or if it was turned in the opposite direction, it'll cause the ship to go astern or backwards. Now we're going to see that there's several other types of propulsion for ships, but we've just described the main conventional propulsion for most ships. When the ship needs to turn, the rudder turns to port or to the left, or to starboard to the right, in response to the ship's steering gear. Now, steering is usually done by an automatic system, unless the ship is approaching a harbor or in narrow waterways, or maneuvering in a harbor when she is steered by hand. If a ship has to wait outside the harbor, she may have to anchor in a suitable place, and the anchor is lowered or dropped to the seabed. The anchor holds the long chain attached to it in place, while the weight of the chain and its resistance on the seabed hold the ship in place. The mast carries important lights for nighttime navigation. Some electronic equipment, such as the radar scanners, are mounted on the mast. A foremast is located towards the bow of the ship. A crane is used to lift cargo. Sometimes you'll see two cranes mounted close together. These are designed to work in tandem, either on their own or together, and when they work together, it nearly doubles their lifting capacity. Some older ships have derricks to lift cargo, which is a kind of crane with a movable pivoted arm for moving heavy weights. On each crane is an important piece of information. It's Safe Working Load, or SWL. This label might be shown as SWL30, which means the crane can lift 30 tons. Or SWL5, which means that the crane can lift 5 tons. Or SWL15, which means the crane can lift 15 tons. The load line is a special compulsory marking on the side of the ship, indicating the maximum level to which the ship may be loaded if she is passing through particular areas. These internationally agreed areas are fixed according to either water density or the general weather conditions. The size and position of the load line are carefully calculated, taking into account the dimensions and capacity of the ship. The load line has several letters next to particular lines. The letters next to the circle indicate the initials of the ship's classification society. In this case, it is Lloyd's Register, or LR. Now we'll come to classification societies later. TF stands for tropical areas where the water is fresh. So TF is tropical fresh. There are 3 major areas where ocean-going ships pass through tropical fresh water. The Amazon up to Iquitos in Peru, the Congo River to Matadi, and the Mekong River in Vietnam. F stands for areas of fresh water, such as the Great Lakes of North America. T refers to tropical water and is any area inside the tropics. For example, a ship going from Nigeria to Santos in Brazil or from Mombasa to Singapore can be loaded to this mark. S stands for summer. The label is not so much a reference to the season, but to the type of weather experienced in an area. For example, a ship on passage around the Cape in July during winter may be loaded to her summer load line mark if she stays within 25 nautical miles of the coast. W stands for winter, and the so-called winter zones are demarcated according to the general weather conditions experienced. And winter zones are areas where stormy conditions can occur at particular times of the year. WNA stands for Winter North Atlantic, which is the northern part of the North Atlantic Ocean in winter, and strangely in some areas of the Southern Ocean. These are areas where severe stormy conditions are experienced regularly.